Alright, hello everyone, Sandwich here. Today I'm going to have a little bit of a different video. I'm going to showcase the game I made, Algebra Learner. I'm going to go through every single level and I'm going to solve them, reaching the move goal that we set so you get 2 stars per level. This is kind of a video you can use as a solution if you get stuck on the app. And at the same time, I'll also try and get all the achievements. And I will just talk a little bit about my philosophy and ideas for making the app itself in the meantime. So I'm gonna hop straight into simplify mode. I'm gonna skip over most of the tutorials because if you're watching this, I assume you know how the mechanics of the games work, and I'm also gonna show you how to solve levels anyway. So in the beginning, it's very simple. You just add similar terms on top of each other. That's basically what the whole first world is all about in simplify mode. I'll also make sure to timestamp all the worlds in the video so you can jump to the right place and find the right task that you may be struggling with. I would suggest that you do not just watch this whole video if you plan on actually playing the app, because this one will kind of help you a bit too much. I think it's much more fun to try and do this on your own. There's 2 ways of solving the one I just did now. Let me show you the other way. You can just do this first and then that. You get both stars either way. Here you actually need to solve this one in a very particular way to get the stars, or both of them. You need to put all the positive x's first, and then so you have 3x minus 3x, which is 0, bam, right away. If you instead kind of mix and match a little, and then like minus, and then like plus, and then like now I see 4 moves, so that didn't work. Alright, so this one is just showing to keep like terms together, so A on A, B on B, Y on Y, X on X. And then this one is kind of a little bit of a troll level that I thought was fun because Q and P look so similar, to give a little bit more of an extra challenge. So yeah, Y on Y, X on X. And each level is just continuous like this, but they get gradually just get more terms. A little bit of extra cleanup here with the multiply by 1 at the end. This is one that a lot of people tend to forget. It's possible to do. Same here. Here you have a constant term of 2 as well that you don't really do anything with, but it's just there to kind of disrupt and annoy. Yeah, and here's showing that you can have 2 letters stuck together, and they need to find their matching 2 letters, so AB plus AB. You drag a whole expression by dragging the multiplication sign in the middle. That's important. So yeah, XY, XY. And that's kind of the main philosophy of the whole game, to be honest, is that you can move a single term by just clicking it, but you can move a product by dragging the multiplication sign, and then you can move and interact with the whole sum by dragging the plus or the minuses that are connected to the sum. And that makes it very intuitive how you interact with things mathematically, and it makes the whole game possible, to be honest. So in this case, the XY is the kind of unique term that you don't need to use. My head, I know, is on top of this a hint button, but I thought the hint button wasn't that necessary since I'm showing you how to do every level anyway. So for example, like just to show how the game works, like, so I want to get rid of the 0, so I have to add it to something, but I have to add it to a whole term because 0 is a term, so I have to add it to a term. So if I just try to add 0 to B, which is a factor in a term, nothing's going to happen. But if I try to hit the multiplication sign so I get the whole term, or this whole term, or this whole term, then it's going to work. So that's kind of the terms and factors thing. That takes a while to figure out exactly how it works in my game, but I hope that when you do, it will help understand factors and terms better. Because that's one of the main issues of algebraic simplifications, is understanding correctly factors and terms. Alright, so this is a big one. I think that's the last one. Yeah, there we go. So I should have got all the stars. Yeah, all the stars in World 1. Yay! Alright, time for World 2. So here we have powers. The first version of this game, I actually had all these levels where you just have plus, and then you have similar terms added to each other in the same world. And that got a lot of people confused. So I've split up, so the first world was only the terms were only numbers, letters, or a combination of numbers and letters, but no powers or fractions. And here I have similar terms, but they are fractions. I mean powers, not fractions. And then in the next world, we'll have similar terms again, but they're fractions. So every world start with that, but then it gets more into what's special about, because now there's nothing special about the powers, right? Also, any of these levels you can get this achievement. So I'm just gonna get this. Actually, no. Yeah, I'm gonna get this achievement now because I have to get it anyway, which is you drag an exponent on a base. This achievement, I think, just everyone will get if they just play the game, because you kind of have to do this at some point in the game. So here you're learning that you can put, if you just have a product and you have similar factors, you can just, or equal factors, you can just put on top of each other, and they become powers. And even if you have one power and a factor, they can, 2 plus 1 is 3. But here you're also learning that, putting the a on the x doesn't do anything. So you need to a on the a, x on the x. Same as the terms, but this becomes powers instead. Numbers on numbers, letters on letters. Right. Numbers on numbers, letters on letters. And then the power is interacted, is like, the base is holding the reference to the whole power. Like, I can see if I drag the exponent, I can actually drag that around. That's actually kind of funny. But this is, I can do stuff like this. But the base will drag the exponent as well. This was incredibly irritating to code, but let's not talk about the coding process. So here, you want to like get the 2's together here and the x together here, so you now have similar terms to put together. I kind of like this one, to be honest. But yeah, and here we're just learning that you can put you can put 2 different power bases on top of each other if they have the same exponent. Oh, I clicked away before yeah, okay. And then again, you can do this. This would have given me the other achievement if I didn't have it already. There's 2 ways to solve this one. I really like this one where I can drag it in first, and then I get the 3 down, and then I put the ace there. That will actually not be both of the stars. The one to get both of the stars is just to drag this in first. No, drag this down first and then add this. There you go. This is just showing minus times minus is plus, and then a times a is a squared. Minus times plus is minus, and plus times minus is also minus. So it's just kind of teaching you that it's not really, these levels are not difficult. There's only really one thing you can do. Minus and minus is plus again. And then you kind of use it. Minus and minus is plus, and then you drag them on top of each other. I could have done this as well, but it gets a bit messy. But it's, yeah, technically possible. I like to get rid of all the minuses first. It just looks much neater. But I have code to handle all the minus stuff if I need to. Yeah, so there we go. And then we get minus times minus and back to a squared again. Yeah. So minus a squared is equal to a squared. That's kind of what you learn from this as well. Okay, so this one is hard to do in the least amount of moves. Let me show you. So this 2 up here is actually around the whole expression. Well, these exponents here are just for the factor. So I can drag this exponent here. See, again, I want to hit this multiplication sign because this is an exponent for the whole factor. So I need to interact with the whole factor. And now it goes on every one. Now, in order to get the least amount of moves, I actually need to keep the minus b squared here on the right side. This is a little trick here. So I'm going to get the 4 here. I'm going to get an a squared here. But now you see that they are the same. So instead of fixing the minus b squared here and minus b squared here, I can put it on top of each other, and then I can just fix the minus b squared right away here. And that will be the 10 moves. And that should be world 2 done. All right. So now we got simplifying fractions. So let's do that. Just drag similar factors on top of each other, or equal factors in this case on top of each other, not just similar. With this awesome explosion sound that Jesus made, which I love. Hopefully we'll be able to update more of the sound effects in this game, because some of them are a bit old and cheesy, or yeah. So here we're learning that you can't just do 6 divided by 3 is 2. I was a little torn if we should be able to do that, but it all comes down to how much does the user have to do in the game, and how much should the game do for you. Oh yeah, and if you cancel a fraction 10 times, you get this achievement. So yeah. So there is like yeah, because the game can't do everything for you. And the whole holding in to factorize is useful when it comes to other stuff as well. So yeah, minus a over minus a. So you can also factorize negative factors by holding it in to get the minus one out. Because you got a minus b and a minus a, they won't budge. There is another way of doing this. I'm just going to show you. This is going to get me an achievement. If I drag the minus b on the a, I get this achievement. Yeah. And then I can put the a on the minus outside here, and now it's the a that's negative. I think it's possible to get the maximum score without doing that. I think you have to do it like that. I think if you hold both of them like this, this will be too many moves. So you got to use one of those tricks to get the optimal one. All right, this is just again showing you can do this just because it's been a while, and some people might jump straight to this world, and it's the clue to solving this one. So yeah, again. The game won't take y squared over y and actually just reduce the exponent. First of all, because there's stuff you should do in the game yourself, and second of all, because the game also won't like let me move this up and do like -2 exponent. Coding negative exponents is something I might do in the future, but it was a bit too much hassle for now. So this is one way to just completely avoid getting negative exponents, as well as having the user do things. So here, I could like hold this to get the -1 out, I suppose, but this will be too many moves. So easier is just to drag this on the minus on the outside, and then bam. So interacting with the minuses outside parentheses is you need to drag one of the terms or factors inside the parentheses, depending on if it's a parenthesis of a factors or a parenthesis of it's a sum. You need to drag it on the minus on the outside to kind of get rid of the minus and dissolve the parentheses. All right, so this one is... so in this case, I think holding the x and getting the minus is the optimal way here, but I'm gonna double check that. No, it isn't. Okay, so we got to do some trickery here. So, oh, what happened to the music? That's weird. So we got to put the y here, and then we put the y here. Yeah. So there. So again, x is minus. I put the y on the x, so both are minus, and then y on the minus up there, and then they both get. And that gets me the second star. There we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and get the music back on again. I don't know why it wouldn't change. And that should, yeah, it should take me straight back to where I was. Great. So this one is like a million different ways to solve, but I like to do it this way, there, and then drag this one, and then we can just drag the whole thing up here. I think this is a fun way of solving that. Yeah, so factorizing the 4, bam. Yeah, just finding the similar terms. Make sure to get the... I like to do this, make a 4, so I don't have to like factorize both the 8 and the 4. But it shouldn't matter. It should take the same amount of moves either way. Yeah, so here you're teaching the same thing here. You can interact with these minuses on the outside of a whole expression by dragging one of the factors inside on it. You can either do this to get the minus a to become a, or this to be minus a down here and then like this. Or I could have like done this instead. It's the same amount of moves. There's a ton of ways to solve this one. My favorite is just to take this minus a on the minus on the outside, and then suddenly you have like, it's just, the whole thing just solves itself afterwards. It's like there's nothing left to do almost. It's very nice. Yeah, so this I love this level. I love this level so much. It's so simple. It just encapsulates my whole app. A on A, 2 on 2. Bam. This is why I made, this is one of the first levels I envisioned for the app, is these two levels right here. I love these levels. I don't know why. It's just so satisfying to solve these levels. These are the first, like, yeah. Okay. So yeah, you gotta make sure there's no terms, no sums on numerator or denominator before you can factorize. Right. That's kind of the thing here. Like, I can't put this a on the a here. This is specifically coded not to work. Well, actually, I don't know if that's true, but it doesn't work. All right, I was like, what is happening here? This is a newer level, and I kind of forgot that I made it. It's a wonderful level, though. This is where you have to factorize individual fractions first, and then when you're done, hopefully you have similar terms, and you do. So yeah, there you go. Nice. I completely forgot about these levels. It completely caught me off guard. I just made them like a week ago or something. These are really new levels. Oh, holy crap! Yes, I love this. Let's go. I think I have to. Is this even gonna be like the least amount of moves here? This is a challenge. Oh, perfect. All right, so that should be all the stars in World 3. Let's go. Man, I was gonna just make this because I thought it was useful, but I'm having a lot of fun just playing my own game here. That's the thing I love about this app. I have to say this. So most apps I've ever seen that are like supposed to help people with math are not that fun for actual mathematicians, if that makes sense. But to be fair, like I'm no master mathematician or anything, but I do have a master's degree in math, so I know some math. And I'm having so much fun with this playing with this app. I know I play a million times faster than most people probably, and I'm trying to even pace myself out, but that's also because I made it, so I played it a million times. But again, this is supposed to be, you're looking at levels you already tried to solve, right? Okay, so here's an achievement. Like if I drag the A, and this is just kind of to teach you a rule more than anything, because you are multiplying A by the whole fraction, and then the game recognizes that a number multiplied by a fraction should go up in the numerator. So the operation is multiply by fraction. The result is it goes in the numerator. But because this is such a, like an ingrained rule that a lot of times like kids just think you're just multiplying it into the numerator because that's the result. The result, it just goes in the numerator. You're technically multiplying it by the whole fraction, but that's why if you drag it just on the numerator, that's an achievement. So that's kind of like a thing. All right, and then yeah, and then I can simplify it afterwards. So yeah, we wanna drag the factors on the outside that are similar to the ones in the denominators. So same here, but I need to actually work on, got a little power snuck in there. Now I'm starting to combine things. That's again the philosophy of the game, is that every world teaches you a new thing, like a new puzzle. Hey, look at this funny level. And then once you master the new thing from that level, you are then introduced to elements from previous worlds. And then you have to mix the stuff that you know, and that's how the game becomes progressively harder. And it's so similar to how every single puzzle game works, and that's why I thought it would be so much fun to make like a hybrid puzzle algebra game, right? Oh, this is such a fun, like you're thinking like, how can I solve this in 2 moves, because I have to just I have to do that, right? No, you don't. You can take the whole thing, because these are similar terms. The game will know that A times B is equal to B times A, so you can just do this to get the both of the stars. So I think this is a neat little way of doing that. All right. Yeah, I think you just have to do individual ones here. I was wondering if there's actually a faster way of solving this one. Let me actually, no, there isn't. No, there isn't. I'm just gonna go to the next one. Oh, I love how these just got animated. Oh, that looks so much better. Okay. So this one though, I think 3 times 2 is 6 is like, yeah, it's the fastest way. Yeah. This one's annoying because you have to factorize 6 and you have to factorize 4. I could have done factorize later, but I just did it right now. It doesn't really matter when I do it. And then I gotta get 3 times 3 again. It's tedious, but you know, sometimes math problems aren't like easy to solve. Sometimes they're a bit tedious. It is what it is, right? So here I think I might as well just take each and every one. I could have made like an x squared there, but I think I gotta just take each and every one. Yeah. Okay, 6 moves. I have to say, sometimes, especially in the equation mode, the move goals is a little bit liberal. Like some levels, it is possible to beat the move goal, and this is by design, because some levels are just insane. And there's like a lot of right ways to solve things that I thought should count for the move goal, because my game has some quirks and rules that can be hard to understand and reach. So. By the way, this is definitely the fastest way of doing this one, is instead of trying to factorize 18 and 9 and 4 and everything, just multiply everything together. You get 36 up and down, just bam, 36 goes against 36. Alright, so that would be world 4 with all the stars. Let's go. Alright. So, alright. Yeah, so now we're learning that you can, crap, my brain just went offline for a second there. You learn that you can take fractions on top of each other as long as they have the same denominator. The same denominator thing isn't specifically focused on, but later in the game you will try to have it when there's different denominators, and you see that it won't work. And you just got to clean up the numerator. Same here, you got to clean up the numerator, but you can also factorize the numerator to simplify the fraction. So one more step here. Yeah, same here, same terms with this with equal denominator, clean up numerator, factorize numerator, simplify fraction. Right? Yeah, just gets more and more progressively difficult, but it's the same operations, and that's on purpose, right? Because you want to give some practice before you move on to the next one. So this is probably the biggest difficulty spike in the whole game. You can now expand a fraction, and you expand a fraction with the quote-unquote smallest denominator to make it match the other denominator, right? In this case, it's the one with the fewest factors, because we don't know what's smaller than from B and C, but it doesn't really matter. It's the number of factors that matters, right? So we have x there, we have 2x there, so we want to expand this one, and we want to have expanded by the 2. I don't have to click on this 2. I could click on this 2 up here. It doesn't matter. I just need to click on A2, but it makes sense to click on this one, right? Because we want these to be the same. And then I got to clean up the numerator afterwards. Yeah. So this one needs to expand it by A. Again, it doesn't have to be this A. I mean, this A. It could be this A, but again, it doesn't make any sense to use that A. Here, the trick is to get the move goal is to not expand each of these individually, but to merge them first. And then we might want to do that before we expand as well. And then just clean up everything. Yeah. So this is the first one where you have to expand both, right? I can't expand 2 to get 3. I can't expand 3 to get 2. I have to expand this by 3 and this by 2. And now we have 6 down here. So 6, and clean this up. All right. Again, this got to be expanded by B. This got to be expanded by A. And then clean up the ones. Nice. There's a trick here. If I factorize this first, I can just expand this one by 3. And if I hadn't done that, I would have to expand this one by 6 and this one by 2, which would have been way more moves. I wouldn't have reached my move goal doing that. And then I can, don't get 6 again, because you can actually simplify that, right? I want to just try this with the other way, just to see how slow it is. Maybe it's not that bad. So we got 4 here, so I have to do this. And yeah, I got 2 extra moves on that. Okay. Same. Oh, this is kind of a little sneaky one here, because people are going to start expanding this by P, but you can just cancel the P, and now you can expand this one by 2, and you don't have to factorize this because there's a 2 up here. So I can just I actually got to do this though. They have to be the same. Is this going to be 6 moves, 1/10? Nice. So I want to expand this one by 2, and then I want to expand this one by X, and then I just want to clean up. Yeah, nice. Yeah, this is the one that my daughter got stuck on. So you want to expand this one by B, because this one's, you got ABC basically. It's supposed to be ABC on both of them, but you got AC and BC, so you want to, oh, whoops, you can't expand by entire expressions by hitting the multiplication sign. I just missed there and hit that. So there you go. And then you want to B on B, A on A, bam. Okay, so you can expand this one by 2, and then you can expand this one by 3 and expand this one by 2. But this one is annoying. And now you got a lot of crap up here. So we haven't really introduced parentheses yet, but that's because I don't like to clean up before I have everything on the same fraction bar. So this is probably the fastest way. Yeah, nice. Oh yeah, so this is showing you can now make any expression into a fraction. You have to choose an expression that isn't already a fraction, and it can't be part of a fraction. Like, I can't make this into a fraction. That's a specific rule in the game. You can't have a fraction in a fraction. This is probably the one rule that had the most bugs. I was finding so many ways of making a fraction in a fraction that I didn't intend to do. So hopefully that's not possible now, but who knows. And then of course, once I have this as a fraction, I can expand it to get an A. All right. So we can do this and then get a 2 here. Yeah. Again, there's supposed to be a second song starting. I'm gonna be the one to point out bugs here. I'll fix this. But yeah, there's supposed to be a second song starting and it's not starting. So I'll see about that, why that song doesn't start. Yeah, so you want to combine the like terms here and then expand this one by 3. So they both have 3. And now you can clean up the rest. There you go. Alright, let me turn on the music again here. Alright. So yeah, this expand by 3. Get it on with everything else. That's 15. Yeah, and they can die. It's a brutal. Math is brutal. Yeah, excuse me. I'm still a little bit sick here. I'm making bad noises. So that'd be 10z minus z is 9z, and 9 can't be simplified against 5, so this is done. Yeah, so I gotta make this into a fraction. It's for some reason, I really want to just expand this by 2, but let's just expand it by 3 for now, for fun, because I never done that. And then we expand this by 3 and this by 2. Oh, we got a parenthesis now. That's not supposed to happen yet. Oh, well, this is bad. Okay, let's. Wow, does that make a difference in like? Yeah, because now I can do. Yeah, okay, so it is actually faster this because I can match those x's right away, so I don't get all the parenthesis crap afterwards. That's actually very useful. All right, so now it's gonna be 11 moves. Yeah. All right, and that's okay. That's the last one. Yeah, World 5 complete. Let's go. We're speedrunning this game now. Okay, so we get introduced to parentheses. Not a moment too soon. I had a really hard time making those last levels of World 5 without getting parentheses involved because, yeah, it's really hard to make and expand fractions and merge them without randomly getting parentheses if you're not careful. So I think I make more fractions with parentheses in either this world or world 9 just to get all the rest of the levels from world 5 in there that I wanted to have, but I couldn't because they hadn't learned parentheses yet. So yeah, you got, and again, this is now very important. You multiply 2 by the whole sum. So you can't drag it on the x or on the y because those are terms inside the sum. This is the sum, and the sum is represented by the plus sign. So you've got to drag it on the plus sign. That's kind of like you multiply 2 by the sum, and then what happens is that it gets multiplied to every term. But that's the math rule. What you do is you multiply by the sum. So you're kind of learning the difference between the operation you're doing and the object you're doing it on, and then the result of that operation. I understand that not a lot of kids will learn that from playing this game, but that's the philosophy behind it at least. Right, so again, putting it on the sign in the middle. This is going to be the theme here. Oh yeah, this is kind of new, where it just where this just gets multiplied up in the numerator. I kind of had to do this for equation mode, or else equation mode wouldn't work. So these levels are slightly different now compared to what they were in the previous version. Right, so now you're learning that if you have a minus outside of some parentheses, like I told you about earlier, you take one of the terms inside and you drag it on the minus on the outside. That's how you dissolve the parentheses. So we can take any term. Let's take z, for example. Doesn't matter. All right. And here we have to dissolve first. Like, I can't take this 5 on this 5 yet. It's in a parenthesis. It's locked, so I got to dissolve it first. Then I can do this. And now we got the 0. Same here. And then I can't take this 2 here because the 2 is not a term. I got to take a whole term that's inside the parentheses to put on the minus, like that. And if you're wondering, what am I selecting here? That's what the purpose of these orange borders are for. Like, hey, now I'm selecting a whole, like the whole sum, right? This is just the 1. So the 1 just lights up. There's no border. The minus is referring again to the whole sum. The x is here. The multiplication, this is the factor with the minus in front of it, actually, too. It takes the sign in front of it as well. So, yeah. Whole sum here. There you go. Bam. We got a squared here, so we want to get a squared here and let them kill each other. This was actually this particular task here was from one of the like national end of school year math tests for 10th grade in Norway. This one in particular, I just found it there and I thought it'd be cute to put it into the game. So now we're learning that, you know, you don't necessarily just need one parenthesis, you can have more. Then we got to clean up 2x, x2 here, that's 0. X times x is x squared. 2 times 1 is 2. Bam. Yeah, again, put a in here, put 2 in here. There's like a power in here and stuff. It's starting to be a little bit complicated. A times a is a squared. We can put that here. 1 times a squared is a squared. There's an ab here and an ab here. There's a 1 here as well. It's a lot of cleanup work in this one. Now we're showing that if you have several factors on the outside, you got to drag them in one by one. And I wish that wasn't the case, but the problem is that this multiplication sign here represents the whole, all the factors, like the whole product is the word I'm looking for. And since the product is completely commutative, I can't have the game say that this multiplication sign is the whole product, but this is just the 2 first factors. That doesn't make any sense. So this also represents the whole product. So I can't drag these 2 in because then I move the whole thing. So I have to drag them in one by one. It's just a result of how my game works. So I'm not happy with that, but it is what it is. So I have to teach the user that that's how it works as well. And then it kind of takes a big jump here, and yeah. So I can multiply this into the parentheses here. Get the minuses on top of each other to clean up a little. There we go. And then again, there's two factors outside, so one by one, get inside. You definitely want the 3 here because of the fraction, so you can simplify that. Get rid of the... Oh, no, don't do that. It's an extra move, right? You just want to put that on top of this, so you don't have to do that move. So that should be exactly 10 moves. Nice. I think that used to be the last level of that world, but now it's more complex. Yeah, now we return to the fractions, but now since we know parentheses, we can solve these ones. So again, we have to... Like, this is a plus here, right? So I can't just put this on top of each other. So I have to expand this by 2. I have to expand this by 3. And now you see we get parentheses introduced here. Okay, that should be good. Yeah, nice. Same here. Expand this one by 3. Expand this one by x. Put them on top of each other. Multiply this in. You know, we got x squared here. There we go. Oh, that was it. I thought I had to do something else, but I didn't. Oh yeah, so you want to make a fraction out of this. Get x here. This is very similar to another one that we had earlier, but this one will, because the numerators are different, there will be more parentheses in here. Well, it's possible to solve the other one without seeing in parentheses. Like you can see here. So I multiply this in. I think that's it. Yeah, nice. Yeah, make a fraction out of this. Expand it by b. Could be 5 as well. Doesn't really matter. Now I have to expand this by 5, and I have to expand this one by b. And now I have this one. And oh man, that was close. All right. So now we're learning that you can expand by whole expressions. Especially this last part here. You can expand this fraction here by like a whole sum, and that's okay. And oh, it's actually no, it's not solving the whole thing. It's just putting them together. Okay, good. So I have to expand this one by 1 times 1 plus a, and this one by 2. Right. And now I can. I think I just multiply and clean up here. Yeah. I will start like canceling stuff more as well and factorize, but there's nothing here to do that yet. So 2 there, 1 minus x minus 1 there, bam, and then clean everything up. Get this inside the parentheses. Oh, there's still a minus on the outside. Okay. Oh no, I shouldn't do that. Let me just get rid of the minus. Put these on top of each other. Oh, I guess down here as well. All right, there we go. Now we learned that you can multiply 2 parentheses with each other, and it will get like the a on front of the one and b in front of the other, and c plus d will appear twice. So again, how much should the user do? How much should the game do? The game only does the first step of parentheses multiplication. It doesn't do the whole. It doesn't show you the whole result right away. So you have to then go and for each one of the parentheses drag this in. And I think this is a nice happy middle ground. All right. Like, I don't want the kids to have to, like, oh, I put the A on the A, and then I put the A on the B, and I put the B on the A, and I put the B on the... Like, that's, I don't know, that's too much of a special rule. It's more like what actually happens when you start multiplying one parenthesis by another parenthesis. This is what actually happens. And then you just got to follow the steps. All right, so this is just a very common multiplication here. A plus B squared, basically. Oh yeah, this is just... oh, gotta hit the minus sign here. Again, like, you look at the border, right? Look, okay, now I'm multiplying this expression by this whole expression. So I want to look for these borders that show up and like, okay, that's the border where I'm hitting the whole expression. So I got 2 on the outside here, so I got to drag them both in. And we got an x. Oh no, that won't work. I need to get rid of the 1 first. There we go. And yeah, nice and clean. Oh yeah, so this should be x squared minus 1. Right. This is the rule, the conjugate rule. So, yeah, x squared minus 1. Let's go. It's fun to see it actually happens. I love this. Okay, so we have both a parenthesis multiplication here and like, okay, let's do this one first. Just to make it not... This is going to be pretty small, right? This is another problem with my game. Like, how long can my levels be without you fat fingering, like on a phone? Like it's not going to be possible to... Oh, I messed that one up. Okay, I gotta be careful here. Let me try again. So that should be this. Should be this. Should be this. Okay, I got it now. I think I did a multiply by 1 more than I needed to do there. All right, all the start Simp World 6. Let's go. But yeah, like how big can the expressions be? Because people's phone screens are limited space, and I do have cool code, right, to make the expression smaller if you run out of space. But like there's a limit to how small things can be. Oh, yeah, so here we are learning that you can drag this on the outside into the middle here, and it will turn into parentheses multiplication that they just learned. So these levels are basically all the same from the last world, but they just include an extra step. As you can see from the number of levels here, there's only 11 levels in this world, so this is just a small world to learn this. I was having a hard time finding good levels to put in here. Is this gonna work? No. Okay. Oh. I think I used an extra step here now that I didn't need to do. No. Okay, we're good. Yeah. So I'm just gonna speed run this part here. I don't think. Oh, that does work. Nice. Okay. Oh, 8 out of 9. Beat the Moogle. Let's go. Yeah, we're probably gonna lose the music again, but maybe we can do without music for a little bit. Alright, just listen to the wonderful soundtracks. Alright, that's gonna. Okay, yeah, again, I gotta be careful. So what am I adding to 0 here? I'm adding this whole product, which means I gotta find not just any multiplication sign, I gotta find ones that, yeah, represent the whole expression. If that was difficult, I could have done this first, and then it would have probably been easier to do it afterwards, but yeah. So moves, let's go. That's a big one. All right, so now we're learning that you can do the same with fractions. It will take the exponent and put it on the numerator and the denominator, but you want to hit the fraction bar because you are taking the whole fraction squared, right? And then math says that's the same as squaring the numerator and the denominator. And 1 squared is 1, so yeah. Same here. Minus 1 squared is 1. And here I got to do it twice because squaring this as well. And we can work on the 4 here, so yeah. I'm going to do this first before you multiply this in. And then this can turn into 4. And there we go. Yeah, nice. So same here, both of them first. Can I now put, yeah, okay, now I can do this. Okay, this is going to be a pain. All right, so we got r, we want to go for r squared here. There you go. And then let's get this in here. Same as q squared here. Okay, and then there's the 4s and the, okay, so we want to, I think this is the way to go. Yeah. That should be good. 18 moves. Whew. That's a tricky one. It's a fun one, though. 18 is a lot. Oh, yeah, so this one you got to be careful. You do not want to start, like you can do this, but you don't want to start doing this because you have an a plus b over here. So if you add these together, you can take a whole a plus b and cancel a whole a plus b here. That's a really cool trick there because it's only 6 moves. Like you start looking at it, you think it's going to be insanely difficult, and then you look at the move counter, it's only 6 moves, and like, what? How is this going to be possible? That level is so much fun. Okay, now you're learning the important stuff. So this world is kind of not doing simplify mode. This is kind of expanding instead of simplifying, but it is to learn how to simplify more complex fractions in world 9. So this is, hey, you can take equal factors in a sum and you can put them on the outside of a parentheses. You can factorize basically, right? So you got to do this. First you select the sum and then you select the factors. And the factors have to be equal. So if I select B, I now need to find a B. So if I want to unselect B, I can just click it again. And I can select A instead. And if I want to unselect, oh no, if I want to unselect the sum, I need to just re-click the button. Yeah. All right. So we find the B's. We find the X, but there's also one more here. There's a 3 if I factorize the 6 here. But you cannot factorize out more than one factor at a time, so I didn't lose any moves here. I couldn't take both the x and the 3 because the code is looking for similar factors. If I click x and 3, it'd be like, hey, those are not similar. So I have to do one at a time. So here I can I think it's only a 2. It's just annoying because I have to factorize all these numbers first just to get the 2, and then I have to clean up afterwards again. So, math is sometimes annoying. Yeah, so we got, hey, you can actually take all the 2's. It is possible to just take 2 of them, like that. They will always go to the front of the expression when you're done. It's a little bit annoying. You won't necessarily be where they were at. But yeah. So again, it's just a 2 here, but you got to get the 4 and the 6 factorized first. Oh, not the whole thing, just the 2's. There you go. Right. Here is a little bit of cleanup first. 3 and 9 is 12. And then there's a 6. And here I want to factorize out the 6. So I want to make some 6s like that before I start. That's how I get the move goal. I might actually beat it. Oh, yeah. I beat the move goal. Oh, that's funny. All right. So you want to, yeah, get the... It won't do this because these are not the same, right? So, yeah. Same here. You got to get the X's here first. Right. The ace first, but I also see there is a 2 here, right? From the 8. We can get the 2s out. And then 2 times 2 is 4. So here, it's faster to just make a p squared and get the p squared out as one factor instead of getting p out twice, or else you won't get the 3 moves. I have to unfortunately do this here because of the single a over here, right? And then a times a is a squared again. Yeah. M squared, same with the p we had earlier. All right, so there's definitely a y and a 2 I can get out. So let's do the y first. And then the 2, I need to factorize every single one of these. Holy crap. What was I thinking when I made this level? All right, 2, 2, 2. Now I got to clean up. There we go. Beautiful. All right, so this is a funny one. This is a little bit of a curveball here because you like, well, there's no factors here. Well, there is. If you hold the A and you hold the B, you have a little of a -1 you can put on the outside here. There you go. Okay, so this is showing you that you can now, you were not able to do this before. This is one of the very special rules in my game that you can only do after you reach a certain point in the game. And the reason for that is that when I was testing the game, and I had this rule initially, a lot of testers would drag factors on the fraction bar to do this in the earlier levels, and it would be completely useless thing to do. It would just make the task harder for them constantly, and they would constantly do this, and when it never helped at all, and it just was just confusing. So, but here it's actually not necessary to do it in all the levels, but it is in some of the levels. So I can get the A out here from the top, and I could have done this to. This is kind of to show, you know, that hey, the A is actually a factor, but you won't reach the move goal if you do that. I think, can I just get the X out as it is? Oh man, I coded this game so well. Well, me and mostly lazy, but yeah. Right, so I think also the X here can just, bam, yeah. But again, like I show that you can do this to like show that, hey, it's an X times X times X times, right? All right. Is this gonna be possible? I don't think so. I think because, yeah, the 6 is saying that A isn't a factor because it's saying that A over B is a factor. But if you drag the 6 in, I think it will be a factor now. Yeah, and then there's definitely a 2 here that we also can get out. Is that it? That's it. Okay, nice, nice. All right, and then we are also introducing this, that you can, if you have more than one factor in the denominator, you can drag one of them on the fraction bar to like get a second 1 over fraction for the one you drag on. So this again is useful. Like I want to have, now I can factorize that half. I think I have to do it in this level. Actually, I don't. No, I can't. I can't just do the 2s here. It doesn't recognize that as a factor, which I think is a good thing. Yeah. Okay, so here I need to factorize this, and then, oh, right, I can do. Oh, now I actually have to use that, and then I can take the half out. Wow, that's tricky. It's been a while since I did these levels. So the A's, I want to get the A's out, right? 1 over 8. There we go, nice. I think there's another way of doing it. This, whatever. Yeah. I could actually make these similar, and yeah, I could do it. Yeah, it's a ton of work. I'm not going to show that now. So yeah, this one is tough to do in 10 moves, but I want to get the 3s out and the A's out. So, oh no, I can't, like, okay, so I can get the 3A out, like, actually the A I can just get straight out. I don't have to do anything. This is a tough level. All right, and then I've got the 3s out here. So I can do this to get 1 over 3. But I have to, oh, I can do this, I suppose. Yeah, there we go. Now I have the 1 over 3s. I dragged the whole thing. That's what I did. That helped. And then I can get this back in here. 8 out of 10, dude. That's how you do it fast. Okay, I gave you some wiggle room on that one. This is a tricky one though. All right, this is a fun one because you're instinctively thinking that you should multiply in, but this is all about factorizing, right? It's not about multiplying in. So what you can do here is you can fact these are factors and they are similar. So you can do this, get them on the outside, and this should be recognized as this. If I multiply this in, it becomes a quadratic expression. So we can now factorize quadratic expressions, which is pretty awesome. Well, some of them at least. Man, I'm talking a lot. I need to drink some water. One move, level 26 in world 8 or 7 or wherever it is, 8, and it's a one move level. How cool is that? Okay, so this is tricky, so I'm going to be very slow on this one. So what you can do is you can factorize the 6 and take the x down. And now you have a 3 here and a 3 here, and you have a x here and an x here. So let's do the x first. So just factorize out this x here, not this one. And then just factorize out the 3 over here. Now we see we get this x plus 2 in both cases. So I can factorize out that. That's pretty fancy factorization, and I'm so happy this game is capable of doing that, but this is pretty complicated stuff. And then this is one step further. This is the exact same problem as 27, but like if I did this, you see these are exactly the same. So you got to reverse what I just did. So you get the 5 on the x. Oh, which is an achievement I completely forgot about. All right, finally got that. And then we want to make 2 or 3. Like, doesn't matter, 3 or 2. And then it's the same as last time. Factorize the 6, get the x down, and then, hey, let's get the x out here, get the 2 out of here, and then get the x plus 3 out of here. Same as last. Here we go. And that is all of world 8. One world left of simplify mode. Then we'll go over to equations. All right, so now we're going to factorize and we're going to simplify. So we want to, in this case, we want to factorize the numerator so we can simplify against the denominator. So you can't do this, right? You got to factorize first. So yeah. So get the 2's. Bam. Maybe I should just speed it on this game at some time. Get the a out. And then you got to multiply this. But yeah, this is fun, right? Because now I'm factorizing a 2 here, factorizing an 8 out here, and I have an a plus 1 versus an a plus 1. I love it when there's a whole expression here. This is the level. This level is the math story. Like, think of a number, multiply it by 2, add 6, divide the sum by 2, subtract 3, and you end up with a number. Let's see if that's correct. Let's see if we end up with x. Look at that. You end up with x. So that's the algebraic expression of that math trick, the math magic trick that I've seen floating around on Facebook and stuff. All right. So you want to get the 3 out of here so you can do this. Oh yeah, so there's definitely a's that can get out. Let's do those first. When you get situations like these, you have all even numbers and some letters. You want to just take one of them off, and then it's much easier to see what you can do for the rest. We got to factorize the 6, we got to factorize the 4, we got to factorize the 8. We are going to have to get 2 times 2 back in here again, but let's do that later. Get the 2 out of here. Let's get a 2 out of here. And then now we got to get the 2 times 2 back. All right. So here, this is fun. We need to expand fractions first. So this is called challenges. We're doing everything in this world. And now I think I used too many moves. Wait, what is that it? Oh, interesting. Why wasn't that in the other world? Oh, okay. I didn't have to factorize anything there. Can I factorize out this 3? Okay, thank goodness. All right, so this is a bit. Oh, I need to factorize out a -1. Oh, that's funny. I just realized that to get the a plus 2. Oh, that's funny. There we go. Oh, okay. Let's multiply this first so we can see what we do. M versus M. That's nice. Okay, let's get the 3 out of the 9's. Right, because there's a 3 down here. There we go. Nice. The n versus n is a false. Like, hey, you can't do that. Yeah. So 3 can go out of here, and a 6 can get out of here, and then I think what we are left with, let's get the 6 out first here. I'm pretty sure, let's get the 3 out of here. I think we can just, like, this looks messy, but they are the same, so I think we can just do that. Oh, I guess we should have gotten the 3 out, but whatever. All right, cool. What do we got here? Yeah, we can get the 3 out of here, which means it can go against this, one of the 3s from this 9. And then if I multiply this back in, I see that these are the same. Yeah, nice. Let's see. Whew, okay, A goes against A here. Cancels A. Let's get the 3 out of this. Oh, right. Okay, it doesn't want it because this is a -3 and this is a 3, so I actually have to do this. This happens sometimes and it's a bit annoying. But if you're clicking 2 numbers and they're the same and it doesn't work, check if one of them is negative and hold it and yeah, first. And then we can get an A out of here. Oh yeah, same problem here. All right. Now we can do this. Okay. Hey, 9 moves. All right, let's go. Holy crap. All right, so okay, so then the denominators are the same here. And we can actually do a little bit of cleaning up. Okay, this isn't so bad now. It just looked really bad at the beginning. Let's get the X out of here. And I guess we can get the 6 out of here. And then we can get the 3 out of here. All right, and then we have y plus 1 and 1 plus y, which are the same. And then we can get the 3 against the 3 here. All right, 2x. That wasn't so bad. Wow. All right, it's a multiplication, so let's just go. Holy crap. Yeah, we don't want to start multiplying all of this. It's going to be a mess. But there's a 5 here that should leave a b plus 1 here against this one. So let's get the 5 out and the b plus 1. That should clean it up a lot. Okay, let's get a b out of here. Yeah, and then let's get the, yeah, I can see it now. We get the 2 out of here. And then we got a b minus 3 there. Wow, that was a crazy level. It's so nice when it works. Like, you look at this and like, holy crap, this is insane. And then you start working on it. It's not so bad. So here, this is kind of a trick level where it looks like you're supposed to like expand this by 3 and expand this by 2 because it's a plus and you have 3y and 2y and stuff. But there's a lot of factors already in the numerators on both of them that you can work with. So you can actually, you don't even need these fractions at all. Like, these can all just go away. Get the 2's out here. Suddenly this is no longer a fraction. You can do the exact same thing over here. Get the y out here, and then you get a 3 out from the 12 and a 3 out from the 6. And suddenly you're left with something that's much more manageable. Bam, and bam. Oh yeah, fun little troll on the end. Why aren't we done? You can get the 5 out. This is factorization. Bam. All right. I love that level. This one, on the other hand, no, actually, I take that back. I can do the exact same thing. Get the 3 out here. Why is this after the other one? This one is easier. Oh, whatever. Just a reward for working hard, I suppose. Oh, is this a 0? Well, that's hilarious. Yeah, we want to do this first. We can just drag this in. Oh, holy crap. Okay. So, we can get the b squared out of this one. Yeah, and then we can just kill that. We can get an a squared out of this one. Oh, everything's gonna die, huh? This is so nice. Beautiful. A over b. Oh, it's so nice when it all goes away. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so let's get... Oh yeah, this isn't so bad. Let's get an a out of this one, and then we have a plus b under here. And then we do this, so we have a plus b. Right, we had 2a plus b here, so we can just, you know... And now, oh, this is another 0. At the end there. Oh. Yeah, whatever. Just go slow-mo, I suppose, when you watch the video. Okay, so this one is really tricky. So you actually have to... it's just really hard. So I'll just show you what to do. You want to do that, and then you actually want to put the 2 on the a to make a plus a, drag the b in. So you now have b plus a, b times a, b times a, or a times b. And you get an a out of the first one here, and you get a b out of the second half here. And now you can get an a plus b out of both of them here. And now you can simplify this. And you can do this. Bam. This is a really tricky one. But you're at the very, like, we're at the very end here. There's like 6 levels left or something like that. 5 levels left. Yeah. Here we want to expand this one by 3 and this one by 4. 12 is already here. We can just keep the 12, I suppose. This one isn't that hard, I think. Oh, the 3 needs to multiply in first. Let's keep this like this because we want to... Oh, I shouldn't have... I think I messed this up. We can get the 3 here. We can get the 2s here. Yeah, 16. Okay, so I shouldn't have multiplied the 12s. I should probably actually... I can do this first. There we go. I probably want to do this actually. Yeah. Because, oh, and even this. Oh, why is there a 4 there? I thought I factorized that. Crap. That means I'm gonna have too many again. Wait, I gotta do this right. Hang on. All right. So, man, this... Right. It's a 4 there. Let's turn that into 2 times 2. Is that gonna help? Did I use too many moves on that now? I think I got it now. Oh, the 6. I could have had it to be a 6, maybe. No, I got it now. I got it now. All right. Man, that was hard. All right. Good luck with that. All right. We can definitely factorize out a 2 here. Just see that right away. Because now we can just expand this by 2. Yeah, let's multiply this in. Let's get plus 6. There we go. Yeah, we can just... Bam. All right, nice. Okay. Oh, man, these levels. These are getting tricky. So let's... Oh, wow. Okay, so we got to get a 3 out of this one. And then we get a 5 out of this one. Oh, let's make it pretty again. And then we see that we can expand this by 5 and we can expand this by 3. Bam! All right, now we got to clean up the numerator like a ton. 20 minus 18 is 2. 30. Oh, plus 24. 6. Okay, so we can factorize out a 2 here. That's, yeah, so x minus 3. Okay, so we got x minus 3, 3 minus 3 plus x. Bam. Okay, holy crap, what a level. All right, 2 levels left. Simplify mode. All right, so here we're back to the end of the last world, where we have this expression up here that if we do this and do this, and then we want to have a 3x there because of the 3 over here. Now we can factorize out 1x here. We can factorize out 3 over here, and we have x plus 1 on both of them. We can factorize out x plus 1. And then we get x plus 1 times x plus 3 here. Bam. And that happens again in this level, basically. Except we have 3 times 3 here. So we want to have 3 in 2 different places like this. So x here, 3 over here. And then we can get the 3 times x plus 3 in both. And now we want to also work on the numerator here and get the 4 out. Now we can do this. Bam. And that is simplify mode. All the stars in simplify mode. Oh yeah, I can't. I gotta click home, right. Awesome. Not that many stars in equation mode. So let's do equation mode. Welcome to equation mode. Yeah, so this is just explaining how it works. It has 2 sides. Because the equation mode has a very specific goal that x should be alone on one of the sides, and the other side should be as cleaned up as possible. So it's just explaining that. I'm gonna move ahead. Yeah, in the beginning here, we're just learning the same rules as in simplify mode in case people go straight to equation mode. So like the plus 0. Just, you know, this should be easy. Multiply by 1. These aren't the tricky levels. Multiply by 1, multiply by 1. Plus 0, multiply by 1. All right, we can actually move and switch now. You also notice that the math buttons down here are gone. They're not really needed to solve levels in equation mode. The only button that would be kind of nice to have is the is the factorize button, but I've solved that in a different way in equation mode. So we got to move over. Yeah. So you want to move not x, like whatever you see that's close to x, that's what you want to move over. Right. So the -2 is close to x. Move that over. The only exception to that rule is if x is negative, you might want to move x over first. But yeah. So you want to move the 6 over, -4 over. It's showing that, hey, if both sides are negative, you can just move both over, and both will be positive. It's not showing it in a great way, but that's what it's trying to show. So I can move the 2 over, and I can move the x over. Yeah. There are other ways of solving that, but it's more tricky. So 17 over. So let's move the x over because it's negative, and then the 6 over here. Yeah, just get it all together. Oh, this is so satisfying. Bam, bam, bam. Move the x over because it's negative. Get them all together. Yeah, let's move the x over. Alright, x is 7. As one move, how is this possible in just one move? The one move is just move x over. Bam. Alright, so this is showing that you can take similar terms together like we learned earlier, especially with x, because x is always the unknown in equation mode. It's never anything else but x, to make it like recognizable. And also that to make it possible to introduce levels in the future that has other constants than x, right? So yeah. I'll fix this music bug, by the way. People don't usually play the game for as long. That's first song is really long, so I don't think it matters too much. But yeah, people don't usually speed on the whole game like I'm doing right now. So right here, you want to move this one over because this is the highest negative one, so you end up with a positive x on the left side. This is just like you don't have to do this to solve the level. You just have to do this to get the move goal. I'm explaining to get the move goal, right? Right. So move 9 over because it's smaller than 10. And, well, yeah, this fraction is just here to confuse people. So, yeah, there you go. Nice. So that should be able to start Simp World 1. 60. Nice. I'm going to watch the fireworks. It's beautiful. So here we're learning what we learned in simpler mode, that you can hold to factorize, and at the same time, you can simplify. The tutorial would show the simplify part as well. So this is just to build up towards dividing both sides of an equation. But you're going to get used to what to do after you divide both sides by an equation. So that's why these levels are here. Then also showing that, hey, you can also simplify next to x like that, because that's going to be happening very soon. And here's the important one, right? We can introduce this new button here with the cool laser effect, where you divide both sides by something. And the trick here is to always pick what's next to x. Never divide by this 4, divide by the 2 next to x. That's always the trick here. So even if x is on the other side, like here, you want to take the 7, not the 3. So the 4, not the 2. You guys got to clean up afterwards. The 3, not the 12. That's how x becomes alone. X wants to be alone. Excuse me. 6, not the 2. Yeah, these levels are all very similar. Okay, 24 is like as high as I wanted to go with just numbers. Right, now it's just showing that, hey, sometimes you have to move stuff over first and clean it up before you divide. And this is just a good rule overall. It is possible for me not to just divide by 7 right away. And there's even like a trick you can do here to like split it up. But like this is just messy. Actually, it's 2 more moves than it needed to be. So if we do it properly, move the 2 over first, shorten it. Now we do 7, and you can see like all our fractions are much nicer to work with. That's how you want to do it. But you can do it the other way, it just takes more time. So these levels are very similar, they just start out a little bit different. Start out with like moving over, and then it turns into a level that is very similar to something you already saw. Yeah, let's move this over by 12. So this one, yeah, I have to factorize both of them, huh? Sometimes I can only factorize one, but yeah. So this is an important tutorial because it's not showing what you should do, it's showing that this is also possible. It is possible to drag a sum on a fraction bar to split it up if you need to. But this will rarely be a good idea in terms of solving levels in optimal time to get both of the stars, which I'm trying to show here. So if I do this here, like this works, right? This works, but it won't, like, I will go 2 moves over, as you can see. I'm about to, well, I can just do that. I only get 1 star. So if you want to get all the stars, you move over. You do the same as you always been doing. I'm just showing that it's possible to do the drag the sum on the fraction bar, because sometimes it will be necessary to do that. And and if you think you messed up, that's one way to like kind of fix it, right? I gotta stop talking. My voice is giving out. And drink some water. This is I'm trying to remember. I think you want to do this first to get the positive x to solve this optimally. Yeah. This is also one where you only want to factorize 70, because there is a 2 times 5 in here to get against the 10, so you don't need to factorize the 10. That's how you get the optimal solution here. Okay, move the 3 over. Same here. There is a 15 in 45. Right, it's 3 times 5 here, so you don't want to factorize 15. Right, so this is showing the rule that you learned earlier, that you can just drag, this. Yeah, because we don't want to have 2 negatives in the final answer here on fractions, when you can only have 1 or 0. Yeah, so we can just move this over, and it's showing like, hey, since you moved a term over, the term became negative, and there was negative already, so this is how you fix that. Yeah, this we already know from a simplify mode now, but you can just hold this to get the -1 out. Right. Get x on x first. Clean up as many terms as you can before you divide. That's always the trick, to make it look nice and clean on the screen, and to give you the least amount of work to do. So yeah, move and switch first, then divide. And I gotta get the -1 out. All right. Same here. Oh, this is nice. It's just gonna be a half. All right. Get this x over as well. Get this 1 over. Get all the numbers together. Get all the x's together. Then you divide. Oh, this is a bad idea. See, this is a higher number than this. 3 is higher than 2, so you want to get this over here. Then it doesn't become negative. Just to get the move goal. Again, I could just do this without thinking, right? Just, oh, not that. I could just do this and be like, oh, crap. Like -x. Now I got to do this, and look, I exceeded my move goal, right? So if you want to get the stars, you gotta analyze the problem, and a lot of times you have to solve the level more than once to get the star, right? So, or both the stars. Move this over here. I'm so happy that the equation sign is dynamically moving to make sure you get as much screen space as possible. That was a fun thing to code. Let's see. I guess we are doing this. Yeah. Clean up each side first. A lot of x's to clean up on this one, so yeah. Put that over here. There we go. And then a 2. Oh, this is going to be a lot of... Yeah, alright. Man, this is a lot of... Okay, last level. Alright, there's a lot of levels on this world. Alright. Well, this is a very important principle to learn. Okay, so we want to move the 11x over because it's negative. That's going to be, yeah, 8. Oh yeah, 52. So 52 is, well, it's not divisible by 8, but it's divisible by 4. So we can do this. So, all right, that should be all the stars in world 2. Yeah, that's the longest world I think I have in the whole game. So let's get that out of the way. So here we're showing that you can't just divide both sides. You can also multiply both sides if you have a fraction. I love this laser effect. Thanks to Manus for helping me make that laser effect. Okay, so you want to multiply. You always want to multiply by the denominator under the x. That's always what you want to multiply by. So that would be the 4 here. And this 4. Well, both problems had a 4 in it there. It's kind of boring. Okay, so again, we actually multiply first. Well, you don't have to, but I like it. And then you can divide afterwards, because you had to do both here. So multiply by 4. Gotta... Yeah. So multiply by 3. Then divide by 4. Oh, no, yeah, we're not allowed... Multiply factors... Okay, so let's see the message. Multiply factors into the fractions first. So, yeah, we want to get this in here first. So the game knows... Okay, so if we didn't do that, it would try to put like a fraction bar here and make like a fraction within a fraction, and the game doesn't want to do that. So the game is stopping us from doing that. So you want to have either just a whole fraction on either side or just no fractions on either side, and then the game is going to be happy. So yeah, fractions are a bit more restrictive in the game. They could be free with a bunch of fractions and fractions, but that is quite messy to both code and to display on the screen. So this is the way I wanted to go with it. What are we showing here again? Oh yeah, that you want to move first and then multiply. That's what we're showing. Yeah. So move first, then multiply. Yeah, so both move and switch and simplify, and then multiply, I guess, is more correct. Yeah. Move over, simplify, multiply by the one next to x. Yeah. Just a lot of practice with the same stuff. This has a small twist. We're multiplying by -2, but it doesn't really matter, right? The structure is the same. So here, we can't, right? We can't just move the x over. Well, we could, but it didn't really help, right? Because we can't put these together. So we just got to multiply by 3 right away. It's going to give us a parentheses. So this is the first time you're seeing parentheses in equation mode. But it's the same as before, just, multiply it in, and there we have it. X plus 3x is 4x. Now we divide by 4. And here we got to get 2 against 2. So yeah. So same here, multiply by 2, just right away. You can't really merge these together. You could have merged them together if you had the create fraction button and expand fraction button, but I kind of on purpose didn't put that in this game mode because that would just be a lot of unnecessary work. It's much easier to just multiply things by 2, and then it's going to go away. You can do that. You can't do this in simplify mode because you don't have an equal sign. You don't have a left side and a right side. You can't just multiply whole expression by 2 if there's no equation. That's just going to change the value of the whole expression. That's just not a correct thing to do. But when you have an equation, you can multiply both sides by 2 because it's going to keep the value of the equation correct, right? Each side is now twice as big, but they're still equal to each other. So this is negative, so let's move it over. Let's move this over. Divide by 3. This? Oh, yeah, nice. All right. Same here. Multiply each side by 4. And then divide by 3. Oh, I wish this just was a 3 right here and not I had to do that. That would be nicer. Oh well. So in this case, I think it's smart to move the x over first. No, it's not. No, it's actually... Let's just multiply by 3 right away. I've never done this before. Then I'll move the x. Then I'll move this. Is this gonna be a good idea? Yeah, this works. Hey, one move faster even. Oh, that was a very good idea. Okay, I guess I never tried that. Yeah, here we would definitely want to move the x's over. Is this the right? Isn't this gonna be bigger now? Crap, it is. Yeah, we didn't want to do that. Let's move this over instead. Yeah, that's smarter. Because you want to end up with something positive where the x is. If you want to get the move goal, that is. Yeah, just x. Perfect. 11 out of 40. Holy crap, I did not consider that when I made that move goal. Okay, so that's technically probably not necessary to reach the move goal in this level. All right, so we're just showing that, hey, if you have the same denominator, you can just, put these fractions on top of each other. So let's do that, right? We can't get the 7 against the 3 here. That was just done to make the tutorial shorter. So we gotta do the thing we've been doing, the multiplying and the dividing. All right. So here, wanna get these together because they have the same denominator before we do anything else. Look how much simpler this is now. Boom. Bam. All right. So we could get the 3s and the 4s in here first. I don't even remember if that's useful. See, it's got 23 moves here. This is gonna take a while. So let's multiply everything by 4. To get rid of this, and then by 3 to get rid of this, and then we got a lot of cleanup work to do. We got to multiply in these parentheses, multiply here, multiply here, multiply here, multiply here. All right, let's have a look at this. -8, -9, let's move the 9 over so this becomes positive, and then get the 4 over. Yeah, 19 out of 23. Okay, so we definitely optimized that. Nice. So here we have x in the denominator, and that's just perfectly fine. We just multiply both sides by it. Now x can't technically be 0, but meh. All right. So yeah, let's do this. And now let's see. Okay, so now we have x times 4, so we're dividing by 4 here. Right. So same here. Divided by 3. I think x is going to be 2 again here. Yeah. All right. I'm not that creative. Okay. Do we don't divide by -1 here. What's faster actually? I think this is faster. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we want to clean up before we multiply both sides by anything, right? This is true for also this. Yeah, it's happy with 1 over -4 is it's happy with a fraction if there's only one minus either in the numerator or the denominator. It's going to be like, okay, I don't care if the minus is outside or down there. And I was like, whatever. We should probably no, we should not move this over, I think, actually. Yeah. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, one move less. Dude, that was optimized. Let's go. Okay, so here, to optimize, again, this is not necessary to just beat level, but to optimize, multiply both sides by the whole expression right away. Bam. You only need one move to do that. And then we want to, yeah, just do that. And we gotta, do I just do 12? I think I just do -12 right away. Because I have to do this to get the 2 out from the 4 anyway. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right. Same here. Smooth this over first, and then just the whole thing. Bam. Simplify this side. Oh yeah, multiply that first. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh. What do we move over where? Let's move this over here and this over here before we begin. Multiply by 5. This number's gonna be huge. There we go. We can divide by 4. I think we're just gonna do this first. And then we can, so we don't need the big number at all. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. All right, that was a cool level. All right, we're gonna merge this first, right? No, we don't have to get the 2 in there. That would be a useless move. I'm glad I didn't do that. Yeah, that would have actually not given me the goal. Oh, that was the last one. Cool. All right, all the stars in world 3. So there's only 5 worlds in equation mode, so my voice might survive this. All right. So we're showing here that you can, okay, there's actually 2 ways to do this. I can multiply into the parentheses like this, move over, divide by 2. I'm actually gonna reach the goal just fine. But I could even beat the goal, I think, by just dividing by 2 right away. I think that's faster. Oh yeah, it's way faster. It's 3 moves faster. So that's also possible. Same here. Since this 9 is divisible by 3, I can just divide by 3 right away here to get like an optimal. This is gonna completely crush the move goal. Because I'm kind of assuming that people are multiplying it. In this case, I do not want to divide by 3 right away. I definitely want to move this over first, and I still think I want to multiply in because this is 7 over here, so it's not divisible by 3. So if we move, yeah, this is, I think, better. Oh no, I want to do this first. There we go. There we should move well. All right. Okay, so again here, I think I want to multiply in because this is just this is a mess here. Move this over. 5 is less than 8. Let's move this over, divide by 3. 18 has a 3 in it somewhere. There it is. And yeah. All right, so we're just learning what we learned in simplify mode. You can drag a term out to the minus if needs be to get rid of the parentheses. Oh, the rest of that was very easy. And I spoke too soon. Okay, so wow, we can drag this on the minus and this on the minus. Interesting. All right, x is 1. All right. Let's see, let's move this over here and this over here. Hey, divide by 3, and we're all happy. This +1 we can't really move anywhere because there's just parentheses everywhere that needs to be resolved. This should go over here because we get 6x, 11. These are not going to be compatible. All right. They are pairwise prime. I think that's the terminology. I didn't learn math in English. We can do this. So yeah, this can go over here. Can I just do this? No, I need to do that first, huh? All right. Okay, divide by 3. There we go. All right. Sorry, I'm speedrunning here. That wasn't very helpful. You gotta watch it in slow motion to see what I did there, I suppose, if you wanna step by step that. Alright, so you wanna x in the parentheses first. And just, yeah, let's move that over. Divide by 6. Now we gotta factorize to simplify. Alright, cool. Yeah, multiply in the x. See what we got here. Let's get the x over here. So 5 minus x is 4x. Get the 1 over here. Divide by 4. Nice. Oh, interesting. Let's move this over here and this over here. Let's multiply. I need to multiply by both eventually anyway. Alright. Huh. Alright. I think I can just do this. Ah, crap. I'm gonna exceed my move goal. Alright, okay. I guess if we move this over here, so we don't have all the minuses, is that gonna help? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, now it's gonna help. Yeah. There we go. I only got one move faster now. Okay, so it was just really important which side I started working on. You got to see the whole level twice though, so that's nice, I suppose. Okay, you gotta multiply these things in here. I guess we move this over. You got 2x minus 3x, right? When I move this over, get 5x. Move that over here. I have to multiply everything by 2. That's really annoying. Okay. Just to get rid of that. Okay, divide by 10, I suppose. Nice. All right. Okay. This is where this mode is starting to be difficult as well. Okay. Let's get this over here. We only have x, which means we can just move everything else over here. We don't have to multiply by 10 though. We have to multiply by 5. And then, oh, well, let's not divide by 5 yet. Ooh, that was tight. All right, cool. Oh, let's move this over and multiply everything by 3x. Get the 3 in here to get rid of that as well. All right, just a 1. That's beautiful. Oh, nice. Divide by 3. Oh, that turned out beautiful. All right, only 15. Okay, so there is the difficulty of this is varied, but yeah, you get some easy ones in between. Yeah, so that will be a lot of x's here. Let's move these over. Oh, this one is very nice. Oh yeah, this one was easy. Okay, I guess it's just the one 2 ago was just particularly difficult. All right. Oh, this is 0 on the other side. That's funny. Yeah, we want to just straight up get rid of that. We can even put these together. Oh. Let's. I just think I might want to move this over before I just multiply by 2 to get rid of that 0. I guess we move that back over here. All right, that worked. Okay, cool. I think there's a faster way of solving that, but I'm not sure. Yeah, we definitely want the 4s together here to get this. Yeah, and then we just multiply everything by 4 because 2 is in 4, right? It's a factor of 4. So that will also help here to get rid of this. We want to get rid of all the fractions all the time. That's kind of the rule for equations. We don't like fractions in equations if we can get rid of them. Ah, crap. Only 1 star. I gotta do this one again. All right, let me have a think. Let's just multiply by 4 right away. I think that's the way to go. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, that was... Why didn't I just do that? That's definitely the way to go. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. This is the way to go. All right. And that was even 1 move faster than the move go. Okay, how many levels left there? Okay, 3. Nice. Yeah, just... Let's get this in first, and then we just multiply everything by 3, I think. This is gonna be big. Okay, so get the x's together, right? Move that over. This should be fine. Oh, 40. So 10 should be in 40, so I shouldn't need to factorize 10, right? Like, there we go. Nice. Hey, 2 moves faster than the move goal. Let's go. Okay. Um, wow. Okay, let's get the -4 in, I suppose. And, you know, get rid of this. I guess I can get a 2 out of this. So I only have to multiply things by 3. Let's clean this up as well. Move this over. So get, okay, now we can't really clean up anymore. We have to multiply by 3. 29 moves. Holy crap, this level. Really? I think I can beat that pretty well. We'll see though. Might eat those words. Okay, I don't think that last part was necessary. Let's move this over. Oh, yeah, it was okay. Oh crap. 28 out of 29. Okay, I did beat it, but just barely. Oh, yeah, I guess 30 over 23 can't simplify. All right. Whew. Last one. Last one. All right, that's a big one. Only 14 moves. Okay, okay, maybe not so bad. Let's get this on this minus. Let's multiply this in. Let's get the numbers on the numbers and the x's on the x's to get things. All right, this isn't so bad. We want the 5 here because the 9 is bigger. Get 4 x's. Oh yeah, this one was very nice. All right, that was a nice last level. Maybe I should swap. Maybe I should swap those 2 last ones. All right, all the stars in world 4. 1 word left. These are the challenges. These are 20 equations that have a ton of like intricacy, but they're all linear though. Well, technically, at least they become linear after some work. All right, so let's move the 2 over, multiply by 4. Let's get the x over here. Let's get the 4 on the other side. This one wasn't so bad. All right, hey, beat it by 1 move. Okay. Yeah, so this is fun. So we basically multiply everything by 12 because all of these are factors in 12. So yeah, it's just going to be annoying, right? So I'm going to have to, there we go. Get the factor out that I need to get rid of the fractions. And now I can get the x's together. There we go. Bam. That should be good. All right, 25 moves. Ooh, it's starting to get long. Oh, only 12. All right, this is easier. Or at least less work. Less work isn't necessarily always easier. We want to move this one over. Oh, crap. Okay, 12. So actually, let me just show you a trick here. I didn't show it last time. If this is already negative, but it's only negative in one factor, and then I move it over, you get like minus minus. I can drag the negative factor on the minus outside, and they will cancel each other. So that's a nice little trick to do. All right. Let's move this over to get these together. Could have probably moved it the other side. I don't think it matters. Let's multiply by... Oh, yes. Let's move it here. So we get a 6 we can multiply by, because then I don't have to multiply twice. That should save on time. Yeah. Because there's a 3 on one of them, there's a 2 on the other, so you had to multiply by 6 anyway, right? Or by first 2 and then 3, which is the same as 6. That's a nice little trick right there. All right. I'm just like cleaning up here. Let's move 3 over, 40 over. Oh, it's just going to be x right there. X is minus 49. Look at that. All right, cool. Oh, crap. Okay, let's start with the 6. The 4 is going to be annoying. Let's start with the 6 here. Get rid of this, because we have a 3 in the 6, but we don't have a 4 in the 6. We only have a 2. So we're going to need another 2. Let's just multiply by another 2 right away. Get this out of here. Now we're going to have to hit the 6. No. Just, there we go. Just multiplying the whole thing right away. Okay, this looks okay. 10 over here, that's bigger number. 16 over here. All right, 26 out of 27. Let's go. I think we can do some work here first. We can at least get let's get the 2 over here. Let's get the positive. That's really all we can do here. Multiply by 7, I suppose. Get these together. And then just, keep them here. Then multiply by 3. There's really nothing else I can do. All right, get the 7 in. Now we're just going to have to do a lot of multiplication and sums. All right, get the 7 over. Hopefully this will turn out to be not so ugly in the end. 77 over there. Okay, that is pretty ugly. All right, whatever. We got it. Excuse me. All right, 27 over 27. 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 All right, so there's like this is a very deceptive one because like there's a lot of work that can be done here. Like the x minus x is 0, right? And here, like you have a 2 here, you have a 2 here. Now we don't have the button to factorize, but we do have this trick where I can put the sum on top of the fraction bar to split it up. And now I can do it as 2 fractions. So that's still pretty nice. And oh, I can even, dude. Uh, wait, I should probably move. Oh yeah, okay. I just want to make this into a plus. Right, there we go. Oh, multiply by x. Okay, I went over the moves here, so I'm gonna have to do that again. Let's see. Okay, so this is definitely a good place to start. This is probably nice. Why? Maybe let's move this over already. Is this gonna be faster? Oh, I shouldn't have multiplied the 2 up there. That's the problem. I can just multiply by x right away. The 2 doesn't need... Yeah, because the 2 is gonna come down. Right, there we go. That's how we get the other one. All right. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, we definitely want to get rid of the 7 and the 8 first here before we do anything else. Something like that. And then we just got to multiply everything by 5 and 3. Let's start with 5. Yeah, let's not put that up there. That's an extra move I don't need to do. We can clean up though. We have some numbers here now that can be, there we go. And then I just got to multiply everything by 3. All right. I guess this goes over here. I think I'm gonna mess up the move goal now. Oh no. Oh, just got it. Holy crap, that was tight. All right, nice. Okay, so this is fun. We gotta multiply each side by the whole denominator, so we just gotta do the whole thing here. And if I drag this in there, it's just gonna, yeah, it goes up there. That's a change I've made so that this works, right? Yeah. Oh, we can move this over, and we can move this over. All right. Yeah, this wasn't so bad. All right, there we go. Whew. I guess we just multiply everything by 6. There's really nothing to it. I can't, like, there's nothing, like, there's no 3s here. I can like, yeah, no, there's nothing more to it. Let's do this one first because it's easier. Let's get the 2 out of this one. Let's get the 3 out of this one. Now there are no more fractions, and we're always happy to see no fractions. Let's do a bunch of cleanup. Multiply this in here. 3 times 5 is 15. 2 times 1 is 1. Get rid of this parentheses. Then we can like get similar terms. All right. X over here, numbers over here because 14 is bigger than 4. All right. Cool. A lot of moves, but not too difficult. Wow. We can move this over to combine these because they have the same denominator. So that's going to help clean things up. This can go over here. All right, we got to multiply everything by this. Bam. Let's get the x in first so we can clean all of this up. 3 in to clean this one up. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. We got to just divide everything by 18. All right, cool. Whew. So here we go. Let's get rid of this big parenthesis. It's just a minus outside. I can just drag one of the terms on it. That's gonna help so I can, all right. Oh, there's a 2 here. I don't know if it's gonna be helpful to combine these first. Maybe it is. All right, it's time to multiply everything by 4. Because 2 and 4, you know, they share a common factor. All right, no more fractions. And now no more parentheses either. Let's get all the multiplication out of the way. X's, numbers. Let's move this over here. Oh, wow, x equals 1. That's beautiful. Ah, this is a well-made problem. Some smart mathematician made that one. All right. Oh, so many 2's here. I think we can just merge it all together. Let's start with this, right? Let's move this over and get this here as well. Oh, this goes. Oh. Oh yeah, you can just if you want to get rid of a whole fraction with a 0 on top. I don't have a tutorial for this, but yeah, you just drag it on the fraction bar. Wow. Okay, I spent too many moves doing that. I can see that now, because if I actually finish this, right? Let me just finish it. But yeah, that was 6 moves too many. Holy crap. So there's definitely an easier way to do this. Oh, I see an easy way to do this. Yeah, we'll move this over. We'll get these together, because they're exactly the same. So it'll just be 2 times this one. And then I can just get this in here. Now these are exactly the same, 2x plus 6 with a minus, so they're just going to turn into 0. Ah, that's tricky. That's cool. I like this. Okay, is that good enough? No, that was one more. I still didn't get it. Okay. Maybe if I just drag him together here. No, I need to get this at least in there. Can I just do... Oh, no, this is going to be bad. Yeah, this is going to take way more time now. Yeah, this is not the way to do it. Yeah, no. Let me restart this level. I guess I can just do this. Okay. How else can we do this? Let's see. This is a fun challenge. I think I have to do this. Let's move this over right away. Oh yeah, right. I don't have to get rid of the 0. The 0 goes away automatically. Right. That's what I did wrong. Okay. All right. So this is just, hey, you can, we can get rid of powers this way. So this is not introducing quadratic equations, because all of these x squared will go away when you actually solve it. I don't have a way to solve quadratic equations. So again, use the trick where you drag this on the fraction bar to cancel these out. Come on, get in there. Yeah. Okay, so this needs to go over here. Oh, this is gonna be messy. All right, there we go. Ooh, we just got it. Okay, awesome. So as you can see, there were no x squared in the end there, because I made sure of that when I made this level. Same here. I'm gonna have an x squared here now, just to give the players something more to do, make the levels more interesting, but it's not actually a quadratic equation. Let's move this over here. Multiply everything by 3. Nice. All right. Oh, so this is fun. Now we're back into like, hey, remember this from simplify mode? Yeah, we can put this on here. But again, you see we get an x squared here and an x squared here, so we can move over and it becomes 0. We can move this over and divide by 2. Hey, 1 move less. Let's go. Same here. We're gonna have an x squared on each side after this. This is a lot of work, and it's gonna be tiny. So that's... Can I put these on top of each other? Oh, I can. Awesome. All right. Okay, so we got x times x here. Let's move it over here and just get him out of here. Get some more room on the board. So let's get the x's on the left side and the numbers on the right side. Oh, it's going to be 1/2 exactly. Nice. Cool task. Whew, let's go. So here we can just do this, right? And just simplify this right away. Definitely want to do this. I guess we get 2 squared. So let's move the x over here. All right, nice. More stuff from simplify mode here, basically. Wow. Okay. I guess we can get these together, right? But apart from that, I think we just have to multiply everything by x squared to get rid of this one. Yeah, and now we have, see, we have an x squared here. Can I just, yeah. So we got rid of that. Hey, 1 move less. Let's go. Oh crap, this is gonna be huge. All right, so let's do this side first, because I'm suspecting we get to cancel some stuff here. So let's do all the multiplication here. Oh, this is so tiny. Let's get these on top of each other. So 6x plus 2x, right? That's 8x. And then 9 minus... Yeah, so we get a little bit of simplification here, but now it's going to be tiny again on this side. Let's see, we got the x's terms in the middle. This can turn into x squared, so can this, and then we kill those. Let's move the x's here and the numbers here because we got the positive side here. All right, we got it. Ooh, I don't know if I have enough moves now. Oh yeah, we do, just barely. Well, that's it. That's it. Oh man. Okay, so I would never recommend completing this whole game in one setting. that was intense, but hopefully you'll be able to skip ahead to whatever problem you need help with, and turn down maybe the speed of the video if it goes too fast, so you get to see all the moves that I'm doing in some of these places. So yeah, this is Algebra Learner. It was so much fun to make. This is specifically version 1.22 because these levels may change in newer versions. So yeah. Sorry, I forgot that I was going to show off all the achievements. For some reason, my camera stopped working. Don't know why, so the rest of the video is just going to be without camera, but whatever. So we did get a lot of achievements in the playthrough. These are all fairly simple achievements to get. You probably get. There are 3 achievements left that we didn't get. I'm going to turn off the music for this. So I'm going to show how to get these achievements now. 2 of them are equation mode only, so I'm going to get those 2 in equation mode. So you got to go to one of the worlds that has all the buttons activated. So let's do this one. So what you can do here is to get one of the achievements, you move 7 over. Actually, you just need zeros for both of them. So let's do the first one first. Try to divide both sides by 0. This is an achievement. So you cannot divide by 0, but hey, you get points for trying. The second achievement, you also need a 0, is multiply both sides by 0, and then just work out the whole equation. And once you get 0 is equal to 0, that's not the solution, of course, but it is an achievement to do this. So yeah, you got to undo to get out of this pickle, though. You can't do anything else. All right, this last achievement here that we haven't gotten, you need, this one is quite tricky, but you need to be specifically in simplify mode in the last world. And this is probably the most tricky one. You need a negative, denominator. I think you can be into the second to the last world as well. I'm just trying to remember. Oh, I think this works. I think I can drag the 3 on here. Yeah. So you drag the 3 on the minus here. This is actually really tricky. You factorize it, and then you drag the -1 on the fraction again to make this. Yeah, you make a whole fraction negative by dragging -1 from the denominator. This is possible. This is a very tricky achievement again. So yeah. So there, hold this, and then drag this there. This, I think, will only work in World 8 or 9 when you have the ability to, like, make these... No, actually, maybe not. I don't know if I have... Let me see if I can do it anywhere else. Like, we have some fractions here that are negative, right? Or just... Okay, so if I do this... Yeah, no, it's possible. Yeah, that would have gotten the achievement. This is already in World 5, I think I was in? Yeah, World 5. Okay, so that's possible. And now, if you look at the achievements, they're all, or we get the orange glow behind everyone. And you have all the achievements, and you can feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. All right, so that should be it. Have a good one. Take care.